Kevin Moses here, your certified functional diagnostic nutritionist. Going to share some health tips today. The health tip that we're going to focus on is the elimination diet. What is the elimination diet? Well, first let's go over the problems that I deal with on a daily basis. So when clients come to me, it's not about changing just their food. It's about, okay, Kevin, I have digestive issues, or I have skin issues, I have headaches, I have fatigue. All these issues can play with, like, what is food doing for you? Is it a poison or is it a medicine? Food is either one or the other, to be honest with you. If you really break it down, is that food giving you the right nutrients, absorbing through the mucosal barrier or lining of your stomach, or is it causing an inflammation in the mucosal barrier, which can cause a lot of side effects, like I was just mentioning, the low energy, the digestive issues, which can be acid reflux, could be bloating, could be gas, you may have acne, the skin issues. So there's a lot of things going on and how we can really figure out. So I always like to, approach my clients with the elimination diet. What's the elimination diet? Well, if you go online, you look it up, there could be multiple foods that could be trigger foods for you that are causing irritation in the gut, causing these health concerns that you may have never realized. I've been always eating this food. There's no issue with it. That's what I hear from a lot of people. Well, let's just try to eliminate it for 3 days or 30 days, right? So the 3 foods that I focus on are gluten, which isn't more of a food. It's the wheat, or it's the protein of wheat and barley and those breads, those processed carbohydrates, dairy and soy. Just those 3 foods. Okay, let's eliminate it for 30 days and see what will change in your chemistry, in your overall energy, your digestion, what changes. And let's reintroduce those one at a time, okay? So after those 30 days, we start consuming dairy again and see what happens. So many of my clients that are experiencing some of these symptoms, they would never really guessed what, would be causing those issues, and it comes always pretty much down to food or an infection internally. But food is such a hindrance for so many people. And people may say, well, why are you eliminating those 3 foods? So that's what I want to kind of go over today, is why am I eliminating gluten? Okay, so gluten is like Play-Doh. It's the protein of, say, wheat. It holds it together, right? And this protein is really hard to break down in the gut. Okay, when it's hard to break down in the gut, it atrophies the microvilli of the mucosal barrier. If you remember biology class, those little finger-like projections, they're really tight in a healthy gut. They're called tight junctions. And what can happen is if we consume foods that cause an irritation in the lining of the stomach, these open up and they can actually atrophy. Now what can happen? Particles of food can actually leak in to the bloodstream. Your body says, oh my God, it's a foreign invader. I don't know what that is. Fight it. Release antibodies to fight that. And then the issues start to arise, okay? From skin to digestion to headaches to fatigue. All these things can arise from food sensitivities. So we want to eliminate, again, those toxic foods, those inflammatory foods. Gluten is a huge one, and I'm sure you see it all over the place, non-gluten. Well, that's what gluten is. That's what it can do. That can damage the mucosal barrier. When this is weakened, this is your immune system. Understand that. So if this is weakened, pathogens can seep right in as well. Not just the food particles, but pathogens like parasites and bacteria. Also, candida can also have an overgrowth. We all have candida, but if we have an environment that allows more issues to happen, it can overgrow or colonize, producing more, which can really cause you a lot of distress. A lot of my clients, we do some testing that can show if they have that. More times than not, that's present. Okay? Dairy. Why dairy? Why eliminate dairy? Calcium. I need calcium. My doctor says more calcium. I could probably talk for about an hour on just dairy and why we should probably eliminate it, but I'm going to try to make it as quick as possible. The first thing, if you're just consuming dairy, It's been pasteurized and homogenized, right? So what does that mean? Well, it's heated to a high temperature, killing a lot of the enzymes that help you break down that milk. So here we're consuming it. The enzymes, which is a puzzle piece, you got an enzyme in the food, enzyme in your gut. It makes sense. It absorbs that nutrients and does the nutrients go to where it needs to go to replenish and repair your body. That's what an enzyme can help. It's a catalyst, okay? If you kill all the enzymes in that food, what kind of food is I mean, it's not a lot, it's toxic, okay? It can cause a lot of inflammation. Not only that, but a lot of this dairy has a lot of antibiotics because the animal is sick, that cow has been sick because it's been fed hormones and it's in a small stall sitting there for months and months and months. So we got hormones in there, we got antibiotics. Those antibiotics can actually destroy your good bacteria in your gut. You got about 4 to 5 pounds of bacteria in your gut, and there's good and there's bad, and you want an even keel of both of them. So what can happen, these antibiotics kill the good, and now we're in a place of no more good bacteria, and that as well helps support your immune system. So people get sicker more frequently, may have a lot of allergies. I have so many people that say, I've been having allergies for 30 years, it's in my genes, and they quit these foods, and guess what happens? Those allergies actually can clear up because we're reducing inflammation in the body. I still do, but not as much, but I used to get dark circles underneath my eyes, and I would get irritated. I was just sick and tired of having that because people were like, well, what's going on? You tired? No, I'm not tired. You know what? Every time I eat dairy, I actually break out, and those dark circles tend to come back. So everybody has their concern. That was mine. That's what it took me years and years to figure out. Read a couple books and tried it, and sure enough, it actually cleared up to some degree. It's still there a little bit, but definitely 100% has cleared up. Okay? Soy. Why would I eliminate soy? Doctors are telling women that are going to menopause, you want to get your estrogen, so let's get it from soy. Soy is a phytoestrogen. It's going to give you more estrogen. You're going to feel better. You may feel better. I do see that in a lot of my clients. But if we're consuming a product, a food, and it's elevating your estrogen, that's not normal. Is that normal? No, it's not normal. So you want to figure out your body. You want to start to replenish or repair the adrenal glands, which are above your kidneys, which help make the estrogens, the progesterone, the testosterone, the cortisol, the DHEA. So you want to help repair those glands to help support those hormones. Soy, I think 95% of soy is GMO. So what is GMO? Genetically modified organism, genetically modified, genetically engineered. You may have heard that. So they alter the seeds of soy so they're resistant to the Roundup, the Monsanto awesome product that they got out there, the pesticide, herbicide, insecticide. Well, guess what? When you alter nature, you're obviously going to alter that food. And now you're consuming food that has been altered by chemicals or genes. They're showing studies now that it's actually changing your DNA. The more that you consume, it can change your DNA. That's pretty scary stuff. I mean, you got to really think about this and really put the time and effort into getting healthy and finding out what foods could be your triggers. Those are the 3 foods again: dairy, gluten, soy, that you eliminate for 30 days. And to be honest with you, it's a lifetime of elimination with my clients. Yeah, I want them to maybe implement it back after 30 days, but most often they always experience bloating, maybe stomach cramping, aching, fatigue, weight gain. The list goes on. So that is why you want to eliminate those foods. If you got any questions, just shoot them over. I'll be happy to answer them, and take care.